And we're back for the grand finale of Dracula, The Night Falls. This one does have an achievement, and I probably won't be bothered to get it, but I'll at least show you guys how to get it.
Finally, the ancient warrior resumed his tale. It was a long 12 years. I was alone, waiting here for signs of Dracula's return. But all I ever saw were Turkish marauders ravaging the countryside of this once beautiful land and tormenting the people. One thing kept me from despair. The last words I had heard from my lord, that he would return in the end. I repeated these words to myself every day and promised myself that he would succeed. It was a fool's hope, but it was the best that I had. So I endured. Dracula had preserved enough food and water in the castle to last an entire army several years. I had begun to think that he would never return. But rumor among the locals told me differently. When I overheard the same as I spied on Turkish patrols, I became more confident. I shuddered at the sight of the land that he would return. One day, I awoke to the thundering of hooves and the frenzied war cries of soldiers pouring down from the Carpathians. It was Dracula, at the head of a Hungarian army, come at last to liberate us from the yoke of the Turks and their Wallachian puppet, Basarab Leota.
Wait, wasn't, what happened to Radu Bey? Dracula's brother from the last scenario. Win the initial battle, hooray. Vlad Dracula can support a pop limit of 200 as a Hungarian vessel. His tech tree is Magyar once more. Capture the Ottoman army's camps to weaken it considerably. The Danube River is valuable not just for fishing, but the ability to launch naval attacks and control crossings. Bombard cannons are powerful. Dracula cannot initially build any, but there is a local craftsman who can. Italian condottieri and Genoese crossbowmen are quite effective against the elite enemy forces. Acquire some if you can. Dracula initially commands a Hungarian camp and a small force on the Danube River. The Ottoman army poses an early threat, mounting attacks from several camps south of the Danube. They'll train skirmishers, knight spearmen, and siege units. Hungary is your strongest ally, and will continue to support you with heavy cavalry and siege units if they can acquire a base. Guarded by a token force, the valuable Turkish fortress of Sabak lies in the center of the map. A small Wallachian town is to the northwest and eager to help Dracula reclaim the throne. The puppet Basarab Leota controls a few cities and a fortress northwest of Targoviste. His army consists of spearmen, skirmishers led by boyars. The greatest threat by far is the Ottoman Empire, which is firmly entrenched in Targoviste. Its army includes janissaries, hussars, siege units, and monks, and a band of Italian mercenaries is rumored to have arrived in Wallachia. Perhaps they will help you. Onward. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much impossible to lose this battle. So, we do start in Castle Age in this one, and we're Magyars once again. Kind of thinking, I don't think you ever start in Feudal Age. You always start in either Castle or Imperial Age in this campaign. That's not too frequent.
Dracula drives his Turkish invaders off and retake the fortress of Sabat.
Yes, we shall. Anyway, let's get some Upgrads. That is Romanian for upgrades, not really. So, the Ottoman, like, all your enemies have infinite resources. So, again, it's a matter of destroying production buildings. Oh yeah, but, if you capture or if you destroy the towers, you'll get control of the various Ottoman camps. Also, although you have no additional sources of income, right here, just spend all of your resources, because they'll actually be, like, taken away from you once we get Sabak. Like, we should be getting it right now. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to just take out the Ottoman army with our initial force here. That way we just, you know, don't have to worry about them. And they just have 4 camps. And don't really pose a whole lot of a threat. Guess we could get infantry armor for these champions. Yeah, but here's Sabak. But we'll worry about that once we take out the Ottomans. Might as well get that as well, I guess. Slowly we go forward. Alrighty. And of course, as we take each successive camp, they will have less production. So our task will become easier and easier. I don't think we have a market? Nah. But that's fine, like, your initial forces are probably enough to take out all of the Turkish or Ottoman army, as well as Sabak. But, like I said, because you lose all of the resources you start with once you take Sabak, just spend them all now. Anyway, this scenario is, unlike the last one, mostly the same. There are some differences, like, I believe you just had to defeat the Ottoman army back in HD, and then getting Sabak was an optional objective to give the Hungarians a second camp, because, like, the Hungarians get this camp once we take Sabak, and we'll get a little town over here. But now we just, it's optional to defeat the army, and it's actually mandatory that we take Sabak, which also will go to the Hungarians. But other than that, it's mostly the same. Oh yeah, also, you used to not be able to get to Imperial Age. That's actually kind of a big difference. And there's gonna be like a craftsman later, who, like, if you contributed him resources, they'd give you like several imp techs, but not all of them. And that was kind of annoying. Because it's like, can't I just... I wish I could just, you know, get to Imperial Age. I mean, it's the last scenario in Dracula. You'd think you'd be able to get to Imperial Age in it. Anyway, how many... There's still a bunch queued up here. Onward and upward. One camp left. Anyway, our army, kind of like in the second scenario, is going to consist of Cav Archer plus Paladin. As you do. That's actually a pretty beefy tower. I don't know why I've been bringing these rams all the way. I've not even been using them. Also, I think these camps used to be, like, walled or something. These do seem easier to take down than I remember. Anyway, let's just make sure all our champions are attacking, as they'll be doing the most damage to buildings. Make sure all of our champions are attacking, as they deal the most damage to buildings. Yeah, whatever. Got plenty of reinforcements over here. Anyway, that should be it for the Ottoman army. Indeed. So once everything but the monk and siege units get here we can take down Sabak. It has the Ottoman Empire in it, and not the Ottoman army, so they are an Imperial Age as opposed to Castle Age. And the Ottoman Empire is the same enemy that's going to be like over here to the far east of the map, and I assume they... I don't actually know how they do that, where like they can make the AI not do anything. Like they can make it seem like a dummy AI, because these guys won't do anything until you attack them. But then like they'll just switch over and, you know, become a normal enemy with like, you know, making stuff and all that. I mean, there's probably some just way you do it in the scenario editor, I just don't know it. But I am no expert in these matters. Anyway, we got ourselves a big old army here. And the towers and stuff won't attack you because... Whoa, 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 Turks don't get halbs. But yeah, Sabak itself is our ally, so we don't, you know, damage the buildings because Hungary is going to use the buildings once we take the fortress. And although it will cost us a fair amount of troops, we will ultimately achieve our goal. I guess you probably do have to make some sort of a decent army. But still.
The Hungarian border is safe from the Turks. To Wallachia.
So you get a few paladins, which can just speed up the process so you don't have to wait for your whole army to march across the entire map. And you do retain control of all the Turkish bases you captured. Not that they're really that helpful because they're kind of far away. But we'll get control of this town. Robert Baratheon. Oh wait, wrong. Wrong universe. This is in the IRL cinematic universe. Oh, that's a villager. Anyway, 200 pop limit. We do have access to Imperial Age. We do not have a lumber camp for some reason. And, of course, our goal is straightforward at this point. We just have to defeat our enemies.
Blood Dracula's man. We are only humble craftsmen, but if you protect and feed us, we will construct cannons for you.
Hail, friend. Some of the finest warriors in all of Europe are for hire here. Tuscan condottieri or balestrieri from Genoa.
Oh, reminds me of the Sforza campaign that we just finished. Well, I guess like a week ago for you guys. But ha, it was only like 3 or 4 days ago for me. Oh, we just get 2 bombard cans for free. I forgot about that. What you're gonna want to do, just to preempt them and to save you some headache, build a couple guard towers along the river, because the enemy will come after you. Alrighty, that was somewhat annoying. So, you'll have some random cut in this video, unfortunately, because I had my food delivered, my groceries, and they arrived a half hour earlier than they were scheduled to, so I'm like, I have time to record this video. Nope. It wasn't even like in the first half hour of the window, like they gave you a 1 hour window, and then it was a half hour before the window started. So I'll just have to splice this together. It's just a little bit of extra work. Nothing too huge. And before you start thinking I'm some crazy person or some rich person, or both, It's actually the most cheap slash cost efficient way for me to get food is to order it. And that's not because ordering food is cheap, it's because I live in the most expensive part of the third most expensive city in the United States. Because it goes like New York, San Francisco, and then DC.
Now you will pay with your life.
Well, I mean, it's not like where I choose to live, it's just where I go to school, so it's not like I have a huge say in the matter. But yeah, we're just gonna get our economy up and rolling, defend against any early attacks. Shouldn't be too big a deal. The Hungarians will help take some of the brunt of the enemy attacks for us. Like, I guess, from these galleys. So that's gonna be nice. And then they will attack the enemy later as well. They are Imperial Age. But we just need to get our eco up and rolling. There really isn't. Like, again, it's this classic FE, let's have little random hills everywhere and make it super hard to build shit. Can I build over here? Are you serious? Sure, let's just put a TC right there. I want to go 4 TCs, and I should go 4 TCs. But I guess that's just the best spot we're gonna get. Oh yeah, achievement. So the achievement is, I believe, to get 10 Genoese crossbowmen. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, so to hire a condottiero for 60 gold, you can click the barracks and click the archery range for a gen bow. So you can see, you can do that, you can do that, and if you just leave the building selected, they'll continuously spawn. And they'll be your units, so they'll benefit from your upgrades, which is pretty nice. Still probably not worth it, but it's at least a nice little fun option. But the achievement is, I believe, to get 10 of each. Oh yeah, and 10 bombard cannons. The way you get bombard cannons is first you tribute 1,000 food to Wallachia, and then this guy will start making a bombard cannon, I believe, every 10 minutes. So it just takes a really long time, which is why I probably won't, like, just go for the achievement again, because it's kind of a waste of time. So the way I did it is I just did the scenario on easy, and then just put it on ×8 speed while I just waited for the rest of the bombard cannons to appear. Okay, you have enough for a castle. That's good. You do get guard tower for free for some reason, which, I mean, I'll take it. But yeah, we just need to get up to Imperial Age, get a good economy, all that good stuff. But this map has oodles of resources. Like, look at all the gold and stone back here. Oh, yeah! There's also an Easter egg of Poenari Castle. So Poenari Castle, remember Dracula's castle from the last scenario? It's actually just chilling over here, but you have to mine your way to it. And then I forget what... We'll see later if we can actually mine to it, what the little Easter egg is. I don't actually remember. Actually, let's just have these villas. Actually, I want them to gather stone. So let's have these gold villagers start mining over here. Well, I guess that's an okay mining camp. Oh my god. Freaking scouting units, man. University.
Építkezek.
See, Hungarians are starting to help us out. And Basarab Lyota doesn't go past the Castle Age, if I recall correctly, so he's kind of a pushover. But you do need to literally push through him to get to the Ottomans in Targovishte.
Igen. Építkezek.
Igen, építkezek. Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
And, you know, get up to our usual 120 villagers or so. Focus is going to be on Cav Archers, as they will perform very well against both Slavs and Turks, both of whom kind of struggle against Archer civs. And then just, you know, Rams and Paladins as a meat shield. And if you're playing 1v1, that's kind of what you should do as Magyars anyway, especially in those matchups. But just replace the Paladins with Magyar Hussars, or regular Hussars, as you are not likely going to be able to afford Paladins.
Jó napot. Építkezek. Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
I don't have a ton of space, which is a little unfortunate.
Parancs. Építkezek. Igen.
Get that.
Megyek. Azon.
Get another castle over here to cover this crossing next, I suppose.
Értem. Igen.
And you can trade with the Magyars.
Parancs. Építkezek. Jó napot. Építkezek.
Igen, építkezek.
Lots and lots of food needed. Seriously? My Universidad? Thankfully, we still have all the Castle Age upgrades from earlier. We just had to get ballistics.
Jó napot. Építkezek.
Hook up to him pretty soon.
Építkezek. Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
Igen, építkezek. Szolgálatára.
Parancs. Fát vágok.
Parancs. Azon fákfák.
Let's actually start to get some additional stables and ranges.
Építkezek. 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 Építkezek.
Do I have one here? Yes, I do. Yeah, I think I have an archer range too. Yes, I do. Also, where it? Oh. Actually, let's help out the Magyars. Oh, imp. And that guy.
Szolgálatára. Megyek.
All good ideas.
Építkezek.
Jó napot.
Oh, they killed my university. Or destroyed my university. Can't kill a university. No, wait, they converted it! Jackasses? Whoa, 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 whoa. We don't want them to... We don't want the Hungarians to lose buildings. Because they can't replenish them. Okay, phew. Oh yeah, let's get that guy to help with the tribute situation.
Építkezek.
Igen, szolgálat.
My puppet Lyota has orders to take you alive, Tasignu Bey.
Építkezek.
An oak steak awaits you in Istanbul.
Ooh, oak, so fancy.
Jó nap. Értem. Azon javítok. Építkezek.
Jó napot.
Oh, duh.
Építkezek.
So yeah, these guys will eventually mine their way over to Poenari. Oh yeah, let's just tribute 1,000 food to Wallachia.
You are beyond generous, Lord Dracula. We will begin our work immediately.
Sounds good. Oh no, we're under attack! Whatever shall I do? Come on, there we go. Yeah, this is what I remember. This happening much earlier on. That's why I built these guard towers right away. Where can I build a castle here? Let's get recurve bow. And let us start our attack. And like I said, they have infinite resources, so it's a matter of production buildings and destroying them. Two blacksmiths, hooray. What? No, this across the damn bridge. Paladin. Let's get siege engineers. But yeah, we're about to have fully upgraded Magyar. Oh, there we are. Fully upgraded Magyar heavy cav archers. Remember these from Dracula 2? Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Oh yeah, let's get some siege workshops going. Are you seriously going for my villagers? You suck. Yeah, I think it's every 10 minutes. And Magyars can't make bombard cannons normally, so it is nice to just get some extra siege firepower, because it's obviously very useful. Come on, Ottomans. But yeah, there's no way in hell Basarab Leota can stop us. I feel like he should get Imperial Age. At least on hard. But I guess this is only a medium campaign in terms of difficulty according to the game. Hoardings. Start with the castle. Let the ram train begin. There we go. You know, as this is our only chance, I believe, that we're going to get to make Magyar Hussars, Let's make some. As they are a very good unit in 1v1s. Kind of exclusively. But they are an incredibly strong unit in 1v1s, exactly. The problem is that they're worse than the heavy cavalry line, and Magyars obviously get all the way up to fully upgraded paladins. So there's no real incentive to make them in team games, as they're also, you have to get a castle to produce them. But in 1v1s, where gold is an issue, they're very good. Incredibly good, in fact. Like, give Magyars one of the best trash lines in the game level good. But campaigns, kind of like team games, we have way more gold than we'd have access to in a 1v1. I forgot to hotkey these guys.
Bombard cannon is ready. The enemy will surrender.
I think they actually have bigger worries than a single bombard cannon. Also, they look awesome. They're not the most awesome looking unit in the game. I would probably go to the Keshik, in my opinion. Hello, Heater. How I missed you. I'm speaking in a voice that the Heater would comprehend. But yeah, the bonus damage versus Siege is insane. They also just are fast and attack very fast. Although they don't get the conversion resistance and line of sight that Hussars do. So Hussars still have a place in the Magyar army in 1v1s, and they are more expensive. Got him! Rams. You guys can just bust through there. Man, is there a big old traffic jam over here. But yeah, like all of the other infinite unit spam campaigns, it is simply a matter of production buildings. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We kind of have this. Although we won't likely be able to get over to the Ponari Castle, as we are just too damn good. So you guys will have to remind me in the comments, and everyone else, what getting to the Ponari Castle does. I remember it's nothing huge. It might even just be like a little voice line that plays or something. But yeah, I mean, Hungary is... They're not like the most OP teammate ever, but they're pretty useful. They have Imperial Age units. They absorb a lot of enemy attacks. That's certainly more than most allies in campaigns give you. And the Bombard Cannon. And kind of like in Dracula 2, we're just using a bajillion Magyar Cav Archers with some Rams and Paladins to push an enemy into the corner of the map. Whoa! Hello there. Anyway, as soon as that stable dies, I think we win. Yep.
Invaders have been pushed back once and for all.
Oh, a fire tower. Fire, fire! And that was Dracula. Here's the Ponari Castle. See, you have to mine all the way through it and then send a unit over here. So yeah, let me know in comments and let everyone else know what it does. Other than that, we explored the entire map. Well, all the important parts. Final outro.
Dracula achieved victory at last, and the invaders fled before him. Rallying his men, he charged the enemy ranks with an unspeakable vengeance that emboldened his army. A decisive victory was near, but it was at that hour a volley of arrows whistled through the air and struck Dracula in the chest, knocking him from his horse. The Turks easily routed our leaderless forces. Our chance to drive them out vanished. The occupation resumed, and the survivors despair. The memory of a great man endures forever. As a token of gratitude, I invited our host to join us in a pilgrimage to the monastery at Snagaf to pay our respects to Dracula's grave. Tears running down his face, the elderly man could do naught but nod in reply.
Oh yeah, in the original one, it was, you know, they always had to have a frickin' plot twist narrator, so it was Istvan, one of the voivods from the beginning, who was telling the story. Whoa. Hello, units. Okie dokie. So that is Dracula, guys, and that is our last Forgotten campaign, or redone Forgotten campaign in the books, as well as our last European campaign. And actually, we're down to our final 3 campaigns. We have Francisco de Almeida for our final African campaign, Montezuma for our American campaign, and Last Conqueror's campaign, obviously. And we round things out with Bayanong, our last Raja campaign, and last campaign overall. So, next we'll be doing our Portuguese campaign. See you guys then.